Hey everyone, welcome. Just going to wait for a few more people to tune in and then we'll go for a walk around the gardens. See who's on tonight. Just going to go for a quick little walk around the gardens. So feel free to ask any questions below and I'll answer them as we walk around. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Just going to go for a little wander. Feel free to ask any questions as you go around. Hey, from Malaysia, welcome. Hey Laura, welcome. Just going to go for a little wander around the garden at sunset. If you've got any questions as we go, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Hi Dylan, sorry we don't sell seed at the moment, but we definitely will in the future, so keep an eye out on our socials, you'll see them pop up in the future. Hi from Druin, thanks for tuning in. Pop in the comments where you're tuning in from, guys. I'd be interested to see what countries or locations around Australia you're from. Oh, there's a little bit of fruit here on this Cereus peruvianus. This one grows tiny little fruit, but they're quite nice. That big one is one of our original Tushekii. It's probably around 25, 30 years old. Oh, nice. Lismore, Geelong, beautiful. Hey Roy, welcome in. Traralgon, thanks Danielle. Yeah, the sunset wasn't as good as what I was expecting it to be tonight. It's quite cloudy, and sometimes at this time of year we get really good sunsets when we get this kind of cloud, so we'll see if it lights up as we walk around. Otherwise it's just gorgeous light, beautiful to see cacti in. Hey from the Philippines. Oh, it's raining there as well. We've had a lot of rain these last few days. Lots of flooding. Let's go down this trail actually, it's a really gorgeous trail. So we're out in the South American trails at the moment. Hey from Bendigo, nice. Hey Liddy, hi from Austin, thanks Rose. From Woodwood, where's that? Is that in Australia, any? So believe it or not, this cactus collection is in Australia. We're in northern Victoria, about 3 hours north of Melbourne. And my dad started this back in 1986. This was originally flat land, it was all a peach orchard. And when he arrived in 86, he started bulldozing and clearing that land and started out with a 1/4 acre of cacti. Oh, great, thanks from Blacktown, New South Wales. Thanks for tuning in. So as that 1/4 acre grew, Dad realized very quickly that it was too big for the space he had it in. And so he started splitting them into areas of origin. So today when you walk around the garden, there's over 12 acres of cactus collection. And you can walk through South America, North America, Mexico, and Africa. If you've got any questions as we go around, please feel free to drop them in the comments and I'll answer as many questions as I can. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. I really appreciate your time. Hi from Italy, wow. Are there any real cactus collectors in the group tonight? Thanks, Echeveria Rose. Philippines. Wow, a few from Philippines tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, Scotty. Thanks, mate. Twice about 5 years ago. Wow, well, it's certainly changed in 5 years, mate. You'll be amazed to see the difference. How do you maintain these? Look, to be honest, cacti are fairly easy to maintain out in the open in our environment. We're in desert conditions here, so we generally have dry, hot summers and cold winters, which suits them quite well for the most part. We've got some specialty hothouses for some of the aloes and euphorbias that don't handle the winter very well. And in the South American section, we've got some plants that seem to do better indoors as well. So 2 main hothouses in our display, and then the rest is really hardy, so they can handle the cold winters. They can handle the occasional rain periods that we're having now, where they'll swell up, store that water ready for the summer days. So they're pretty resilient plants, really. Look, there's the odd flower out at this time of year, but it's not really flowering season. If we do this again in October, November, you'll see a stark difference. In spring, in October, November, it's just a flood of colour out here. Thanks, Anne. Really appreciate it. You can see where your hard-earned dollars have gone into more expansions out here. Hey Mick, I'll make my way around to the hothouses and I'll show you one in particular which I think you'll love. What are those raindrop looking ones? Do you mean these? Oh, Chene Pasco. I'll have to join that group. Flick me a message if you want and I'll join up. I'd love to see what you get up to in there. Have you also killed some of your cacti? Look, no doubt over the years, some have not made the cut, especially in our early farming days. This garden was almost completely neglected for years at a time while we just struggled to survive, really. Farming in the early days was not easy, and we made a lot of mistakes with our gardening during that time. But these days it's our full-time occupation. We get to spend all our days out here, and as a result, plant health has gone through the roof. So we're pretty lucky now. Almost no losses. This one it's just grown incredibly fast in the last 4 or 5 years. One of my favourites around the corner here, a multi-armed Pringlei. It'd have to be one of the biggest cacti of its type in Australia. Hi Ivan, just wondering if you pollinate them manually or let nature be. Do you keep them on their original species, or you don't bother them having mixed hybrid or cross-pollinating with some other breeds? So Jim Hall, my father, does a lot of cross-pollinating, mostly in spring, but in other parts of the seasons as well, just depending on what flowers are out at the time and what pollen he's already collected. And we're creating some really interesting and unique crosses. Oh, heaven sent. Thank you. What a lovely comment. Really appreciate it. Was your dad at Tennyson? No, that wasn't him. He's been in Tongala as a kid, which is sort of near Chukamoama. And since he started this garden, this is the main thing that Dad's been known for, is cactus country in Strathmerton. There's no Pringlei seed. We collected our first seed this year and we'll be growing all of those ourselves. And yeah, keep your eyes tuned in a sense, because I have no doubt that it's crossed with something like the saguaro, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of crosses we get, and if we get any mutants or variegates. That could be a really exciting cross. All right, we're pretty close to the hothouse. Will we go have a look in there? Hey, from the Philippines. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see what the light's like in here. I think it should be good. So this big Euphorbia amac fell over last year and we've propped it back up, and as you can see, it's already shooting again, which is exciting. My friend from New South Wales has been there last year. Hope to go there too when everything's fine in the world. Yeah, God. These elephants' feet are incredible. I don't know whether you've seen them before, but we've got a massive base down here. So you can see the base looks like that. And then it grows this awesome vine up through. So it's probably about 2.5 meters tall of vine and about 1 meter wide in the base. Hey, Danielle Ryan, thanks so much for tuning in. Oh yeah, the underwater themed hothouse is really cool. I'm glad to hear the kids like it. I think it's probably targeted at the kids, to be honest. That's another elephant's foot, and that's what happens when you don't train the vine up. They tend to go crazy and spread right out. It's interesting to see the different ways that it can grow. This is another one of my favorites. It's a massive, now, I always get the name of this one wrong, but I think it's an Alludia, and I might just go around the other side because I think the light's going to be better. Does anyone know what this one is? There's a test for everyone. Hey, Sheree from Katunga, just up the road. Can you show me a saguaro? I'm now in Brisbane and mine seeded 2014, now 60 to 90 centimetres. Wow, yeah, Jeanette, absolutely. After this, we'll go for a walk. I'll show you our big saguaro. It's just started growing its first arm. Oh, Stephanie, the big raindrop ones were Apuntia Burbank spineless. Feel free to message me after this and I can send you that in a text message so you can search it. We sell some online if you're after them. Love this plant, just gorgeous. Oh, Annie, yeah, that's hard. The elephant's feet, they're a little bit temperamental sometimes, so well done on the try. They're hard to keep alive sometimes if you don't have the right environment. So this is our big hothouse for our African display. So like I said earlier, we've got lots of euphorbias and aloes in here. That's predominantly what we're growing inside. And it doesn't have a plastic roof at this stage, so lots of rain's been getting in here. And as a result, we're starting to get a little bit of rot. So as it's colder this time of year, we will be putting a hothouse roof on it very shortly. And the difference that will make will be enormous. This will flourish in no time. Yeah, Oreo's not around. I don't know where he went. Prickles and Oreo were following me earlier, and they've obviously found something better to do with their time, so they're off running around the farm somewhere. Not a bad life, hey? All right, there was a request for the saguaro, so we're just heading there now. And guys, then we're losing a bit of light, so I think we'll be tuning out soon. If you've got any more questions though, feel free to drop them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer. This is our saguaro. You can see right up the top the first arm. Pretty exciting stuff. Agave tequiliana. Well, we've got agaves here for sure. This is agave salmiana. I'm not sure if we've got any original tequiliana plants. We would love to get some, but at this stage, I don't believe we have a true tequiliana. Thanks, Scotty. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Hopefully have you back again soon. You'll love the updates. Wow, guys, so amazing. Thank you all for tuning in. This part of the garden is around 15 to 20 years old. And so these plants have done the majority of their growing in that time. That Pringlei over there is about 6 meters tall. And this saguaro is about 5.5, maybe 6 meters. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Keep an eye out for the next live. And in the meantime, yeah, if you've got the opportunity to get out and travel, please support local tourism businesses. They're doing it tough this year with COVID and everything in Australia. So yeah, whatever you can do to help, muchly appreciated. Okay, have a great night, everyone. And for those on the other side of the world, good morning. See ya.